The history of sign language stretches back centuries, with evidence of different forms of sign language being used by deaf communities around the world. Although the specific origins of sign language are difficult to trace, it is believed to have emerged naturally as a means of communication within deaf communities throughout history. Historical records indicate that sign language was used in ancient civilizations. For instance, ancient Greek and Roman texts mention the existence of manual communication methods used by deaf individuals. In the Middle Ages, monastic communities in Europe developed manual signs to communicate with deaf members or those who had taken vows of silence. However, the formal recognition and development of sign language as a distinct language began in the 18th century during the Age of Enlightenment. In 1755, the first systematic attempt to document a sign language was made by a Spanish Benedictine monk named Juan Pablo Benet. Benet published a book titled Reducción de las letras y arte para enseñar a hablar a los mudos, Reduction of Letters and Art for Teaching Mute People to Speak, which contained a manual alphabet and illustrated hand signs representing different sounds and concepts. In the late 18th century, another significant figure in the history of sign language emerged, Charles Michel de Lépée, a French priest. Lépée is often referred to as the father of sign language due to his efforts to standardize and teach sign language. He recognized the natural language abilities of deaf individuals and developed a sign language system known as Old French Sign Language, LSF, or French Sign Language, LSF, which became the basis for many sign languages around the world. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, various schools for the deaf were established in different countries, each developing its own sign language. These sign languages, such as American Sign Language, ASL, and British Sign Language, BSL, evolved organically within their respective deaf communities. Educators and advocates for the deaf played a crucial role in promoting the use of sign language as a legitimate means of communication and education for deaf individuals. In the 20th century, sign language gained recognition as a legitimate language and mode of communication. In 1960, William Stokoe, a linguist, published a groundbreaking study that demonstrated that ASL had its own grammar and linguistic structure, challenging the long-held belief that sign languages were mere gestures or pantomimes of spoken languages. Stokoe's research paved the way for the recognition of sign languages as fully fledged languages in their own right. With the advent of technology, sign languages continue to evolve and adapt. Video relay services, video conferencing, and social media platforms have facilitated communication between deaf and hearing individuals across geographical barriers. Additionally, advancements in assistive technology, such as wearable devices and software applications, have expanded the accessibility of sign language to a wider audience. Today, sign language continues to thrive as a vibrant and diverse linguistic system used by millions of people worldwide. It plays a vital role in deaf culture, education, and inclusivity, and it serves as a powerful tool for communication and self-expression. The ongoing recognition and appreciation of sign language are essential steps towards creating a more inclusive and accessible society for all. Here are some lesser known and interesting facts about sign language to further expand on the topic. 1. Sign languages are not universal. Just as spoken languages differ around the world, sign languages are unique to specific regions and cultures. For example, while American Sign Language, ASL, is used in the United States and parts of Canada, British Sign Language, BSL, is used in the United Kingdom. There are over 300 distinct sign languages globally, each with its own vocabulary, grammar, and cultural nuances. 2. Sign languages have dialects. Within a single sign language, there can be regional variations in dialects. These differences can include variations in signs, grammar, and even facial expressions. For example, ASL has variations between different states in the United States, such as ASL used in New York versus ASL used in California. 3. Fingerspelling. Fingerspelling is a component of sign language where individual letters of the alphabet are represented by specific hand shapes. It is commonly used to spell out names, places, or unfamiliar words. Interestingly, different sign languages have their own fingerspelling systems, with variations in hand shapes and movements. 4. Sign languages have evolved over time, just like spoken languages. Sign languages have evolved and changed over the years. New signs are created to represent modern concepts and technological advancements. For example, signs for computer, internet, or smartphone did not exist in earlier versions of sign languages and were developed as these technologies emerged. 5. Sign language has regional variations in signs. Even within the same sign language, signs can vary based on the region. For instance, the sign for coffee may differ between ASL users in New York and those in Los Angeles. These variations are influenced by local culture, historical factors, and the interactions between deaf communities. 6. Sign languages can be written. While sign languages are primarily visual and gestural, written forms have been developed to support learning and communication. Sign writing and Stokoe notation are two systems used to represent signs on paper. These writing systems use symbols and diagrams to capture the hand shapes, movements, and facial expressions associated with signs. 7. Sign language interpreters. Sign language interpreters play a crucial role in facilitating communication between deaf and hearing individuals. They are highly skilled professionals trained to interpret spoken language into sign language and vice versa. Sign language interpreting is a challenging and specialized profession that requires linguistic proficiency and cultural sensitivity. 8. Sign language poetry and storytelling. Sign language is a visual and expressive language, making it well suited for artistic expression. Deaf poets and storytellers use sign language to create captivating performances that combine graceful movements, facial expressions, and body language. These performances often add depth and emotion to the storytelling experience. 9. Sign languages are recognized and protected. Many countries officially recognize their national sign languages and promote their use. Some countries have legislation that mandates the provision of sign language interpretation services in various settings, such as education, healthcare, and public events. These efforts aim to ensure equal access and inclusion for deaf individuals. 10. Sign languages have influenced each other. There have been instances where sign languages from different regions have influenced each other. For example, ASL had an impact on the development of French Sign Language, LSF, and influenced other sign languages used in former French colonies. Additionally, International Sign Language has emerged as a means of communication between deaf individuals from different countries, utilizing a simplified and universalized system of signs. Sign language is a fascinating and diverse linguistic phenomenon that continues to evolve and thrive. Its rich history, unique cultural expressions, and impact on deaf communities make it a truly remarkable form of communication. Embracing and understanding sign language contributes to a more inclusive and vibrant society for all.